Let's talk about Ukraine. Reportedly now, Zelensky is willing to sign a minerals deal without any additional security assurance guarantees. Things change by the minute, by the hour, so who knows what will ultimately happen. But I will say this. The line now that Trump is in bed with Putin, Trump is a toady of Putin, Trump is Putin's chew toy, has now resurrected. Remember the Russia, 2.5, 3 years nonsense? No collusion, no obstruction. Well, they trotted it out. Now, I want to remind you of something that was said on NPR. We're going to talk about NPR a little bit later on because Senator John Kennedy believes that they ought to be defunded. You can be whatever you want. You can have whatever opinion you want. We shouldn't have to pay for it, whether it's to the left or to the right, he said. But NPR is adamantly against Donald Trump. Donald Trump, as you know, has said routinely, there's never been a president as tough on Russia as I have been. And so a morning edition broadcast on NPR in July of 2018 examined it. Now hold the phone. NPR largely agreed. Here's what NPR said, and I'm quoting. That may sound like hyperbole, but in this case, there's actually some basis for the president's boast. And they went on to say the same I was saying to the caller the other day. Trump increased spending on what was called the European Deterrence Initiative. He sent lethal weapons to Ukraine, which President Obama did not do. He changed our military rules of engagement in Syria, which resulted in hundreds of dead Russian soldiers, pushed for greater domestic energy production, which potentially harmed Russian oil market share, and he sanctioned dozens of Russian oligarchs. Then they quoted a guy who's with the Atlantic Council, senior fellow. That's a foreign policy think tank. His name is Daniel Vlachik. He said, and I'm quoting, when you actually look at the substance of what this administration has done, not the rhetoric, but the substance, this administration has been much tougher on Russia than any in the post-Cold War era. End of quote. May I repeat that? NPR quoted this man who's with the Atlantic Council, foreign policy think tank. Quote, when you actually look at the substance of what this administration has done, not the rhetoric, but the substance, this administration has been much tougher on Russia than any in the post-Cold War era. End of quote. Now, guess who also complained that Zelensky was not sufficiently appreciative of the aid America has given him? According to Axios, which is a center-left publication, anti-Trump, reporter named Alex Thompson, Biden administration felt that Zelensky was insufficiently grateful. Number 6.
I think both things can be true. The Biden administration felt that sometimes that Zelensky was ungrateful for the amount of aid that they and basically just felt that they were asking for more and more and didn't always have a clear plan. But I can also tell you that the Trump team, even some of the people that are more sympathetic to Ukraine, think Zelensky completely misplayed this hand and basically set it up where now they're basically saying, like, you better get on TV and apologize.
Are you saying that the Biden administration was ticked off at Zelensky because the Biden administration felt that Zelensky was insufficiently grateful? You're not saying that. Because only Trump would say something like that. Only the bombastic, pro-Putin Trump would say something like that. Not Joe Biden. And notice how we're finding out this stuff now that Biden is not there. The Biden administration felt that Zelensky was ungrateful, and they were always asking for more and more with no clear plan on going forward. Who does that sound like? Thanks for watching these clips from The Larry Elder Show. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a moment. More thought-provoking discussions are just a click away, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.